on which selector what should perform. That is the role of selector, right? Selector H1P like that. For that selector, for that tag, what CSS should be applied. That is one. Now, so after means when it comes to types of selectors, why we need a selector, correct? First is, as I said, we are using the selectors at indicating the browser. It gives the guidance for the browser. For this tag, you have to perform this operation, right? Then why we need a types of selector, right? The same CSS tag. Okay, for example, I use, right, the H1 background color equal to red, then color equal to yellow. The same CSS property, we should apply only on that particular selector, or the same property we can apply on other selectors also. Okay, only one property, that is background color equal to red. The background color equal to red, I want to apply for other selector also. For example, now I'm doing it for H1. I want to apply the same property for P, another selector. I want to apply the same property for table row, table head, right? How to do that one? To do the task, to that particular task, we have our types of selectors, right? Why we need the type of selector? Whether the same CSS rules or same CSS property, can you apply it on the individual or to a multiple HTML element? To apply it on same individual element, or multiple HTML element. Okay, to do this task, right? The same thing, we want to apply it on one particular element or to the other multiple HTML element, the same property. For to do that task, we need a types of selectors. Okay, different types of selectors we have. First selector, we say it as a element selector. Another name is like for this tag name selector. We have different types of selectors, right? In that first selector is what? Element selector. Okay, we can apply the same CSS property on selectors in different types, in different ways we can do that one. As you are doing the same CSS property on different style sheet, right? Whether it is external or internal or inline, the same thing, the same selectors we can use in many ways. In different types we can use. The first one is element selector, right? Second one, element selector. Second one, class selector. Guys, this property, this concept is very important. Types of selectors. Many times they will ask what is selector and give the different types of selectors, or they specifically will ask give the short note on element selector with example or class selector. Okay, first is element selector, class selector, ID selector. Fourth one, we have attribute selector. Then fifth one we have group selector. Then sixth we have like pseudo selector, pseudo class. First we said pseudo element and pseudo class. Then element, class, ID, attribute, group, pseudo. Then we have last one is contextual selectors. Okay, these are some of the selectors we have. We can use these are types of selectors in the CSS. We will see one by one with example. Okay, element selector. First, we start with the element selector. What this element is? Element means what in the HTML? That is tags. That's what other name for the same element is tag. Now, in previous what I explained, right? H1 followed with example I've shown you, right? So H1 followed with property at background color, right? Background color followed with red. right? No semicolon. If I want to apply one more property, then you have to semicolon, right? So either we can use the code or we can leave that one. Okay, it's optional. Fine. This we say it as a element selector. On particular element, okay, on that element we are applying what? CSS. We are, for this selector we are using the CSS. This type of selectors we say it as a element selector. Okay, element selector, it usually applied on particular element or particular tag. That type of selectors we say it as a element selectors. Okay, I will show you an example. Notepad. Okay, so obviously you start with the HTML tag, correct? Sorry, HTML syntax. Doc type. Next, HTML. Right. Next, head. Then I'm using one more word today now. Right. What is that? I will use meta asset. This is optional. If you want, we can do. Otherwise, we can leave this one because in usual web page we will find this statement: meta char set equal to UTF minus 8. Means whatever the characters we are using, means obviously we are using what? English, normal alphabetical order, alphabetical values we are using here while writing the HTML code, right? Those characters, right, whatever the characters you are writing, those characters, for example, A, B, C, D, directly if you give the A, B, C, D to the browser, right, to the computer, it will not understand, right? It should have some machine converted code, right? To perform that one, we are using the UTF minus 8. This is the what conversion you're going to use. Means it will, for example, whatever the letters we are writing, so the browser will check with this UTF minus 8 whether the particular word, that value it got, it will compile. If we give, if we not give, your browser will work, will perform because it is inbuilt, it is predefined. These are all predefined. Meta character set equal to UTF minus 8, right? If you want, you can give in the HTML code while writing. If you don't want, you can ignore this one. Okay, you ignore this, no issues. Okay, next, in the head I'm giving what? One title. Okay, title I'll give it as selectors. Okay, so is the title. Next, so as we are using what? Internal style sheet. So in the head part only we have to do the CSS property or CSS style rules we have to apply where? In the head part, in the head portion only we have to use. So to do that, we have to start with the keyword, that is style. It indicating to the browser that now whatever the code after the style keyword we are getting, that is CSS code. So that indicating for the browser style. Next, we are using what? Element selector. So you're trying the code for element selector. So what I will do, I will use the one selector, that is H1. Okay, you should not enclose with this angle bracket. If you use the angle bracket, it becomes a tag, it becomes an element, not the selector. So don't give the anchor, what is that, angle bracket. Okay, so you have to use the CSS syntax there, correct? So selectors, here H1 is the selector followed with flower bracket, and you have to use the property. So property is what? I will use background color, like green. Then I want to give one more property there, so I will use color as yellow. Okay, look, I want to apply that specific property, specific style rule only on the H1, right? Next, what I will do, close the style, close the style, then close the header, close the head. Next, I want to do the body. I I want to give the body, right? I have given the style rule for H1 selector, right? To perform this, right? To perform this style rule on the HTML syntax, style rule on the one particular statement. That statement we are giving where? In the body part. We're giving in the body. So what I will do? H1. Here in the body we have to use the tag. Okay, here we have to use the tag. Now it becomes the element because we have closed the style here. So only till here it is the CSS. After this again it becomes the normal HTML code. Okay, H1 do like statement SVIT is in something is in Bangalore. Bangalore. Okay, I will close the H1. Right, so I will close the body. I will close the root element. Okay, I just save this. pg1.html. So save this. Go to that folder. Open with browser. Open it. See. So what rule we have applied here? See. Background color should be green. It's there. Background color. Color should be yellow. It is the color. Right. So I will use one more H1 tag now. Okay. Whether the same style rule is applied for next statement. H1. Okay. Same thing. SPIT college. Right. Control S. See. Okay. If I use the same thing here H2, it will not perform. It will not perform. See. Right. So what it's saying? Only for this selector, only for this element, we are applying the style rule. This type of selectors we say it as what? Element selectors. This type of selectors we say it as a element selectors. Okay.